Meena. I'm a Diamond and Gemology graduate. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the different types of fancy cuts. So single cut is basically the easiest method of cutting a diamond. The double cut, also known as the RBC, which is the most popular type of cutting a diamond. And then we have the Swiss cut, which is a mixture of both single cut and double cut. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about the different fancy cuts. So the stones don't just come in like circular format. They come in different fancy shapes like, rectangle, square, and like, oval and all that. But then they're just not called the exact same rectangle, square or anything like that. They have specific names, and today we're going to go into that. Let's get into the video. The first one is the round cut. So round cut is basically the single cut, double cut, all the different types of round cuts. That is, it looks like an exact same round when placed inside a stone. We then have the cushion cut. Cushion cut is very similar to a square cut, except this is like more curved in the corners. And then we have the emerald cut. Emerald cut, emerald stones, right? Emerald stones are usually just rectangular format, but the corners are also really curved. So this type of cut is known as emerald cut. And these cuts have like huge facets compared to a round cut or a cushion cut. We then have an oval cut. Oval cut is very similar to a round cut, just the shape is little more oval. And then we have the marquise. Marquise is basically like a pear, but in both the corners they are really pointed. As you can see, it's like an eye. It's very similar to an eye or an almond. Some people even call it an almond cut, but it's not very widely used. They usually say marquise because that's a professional way of saying it. And then we have the pear. This looks like a droplet of water. This is also majorly used in many South Indian jewelries because South Indian jewelries have a lot of pear design in it. It's also known as a drop, cut. And then we have the radiant cut. Radiant cut is very similar to a cushion cut. It looks very similar to a cushion cut, except it has like layered way of cutting. The way the stone is cut, it has like different layers and it's more projected well onto the top. As you can see, the difference between a cushion cut and a radiant cut in this picture, the left is a cushion cut. It looks little more flat, but rather a radiant cut, it looks little more embossed and onto the surface. And then we have a very popular cut. This is known as a princess cut. The princess cut, is very beautiful, just exactly as the princess. So this, has a lot of vibrance, and this has a very intricate manner of cutting. And then we have the heart cut. This is just a shape. It's not like a specific type of cutting or anything, but the shape of the stone is a heart format. And then we have the taper cut. The taper cut has a lot of facets very similar to an emerald cut. The facets are very huge, and they are more like a rectangle, but they are like, triangle and rectangle joined together. As you can see, it's not a perfect ideal rectangle. It's like a mixture of a triangle also. And then we have the triangle cut, or also known as the trillion cut. This is basically like a triangle format, and it has a lot of vibrance and facets in it. And we also have baguette cut. This kind of cut is very popular in new age jewelry. This cut of diamonds are used in a lot of like modern advanced jewelries because these are very fancy, and they also have a very beautiful effect on westernized jewelries. So where exactly do we get the word fancy from? Fancy basically means something very posh, something very different, right? That is exactly what it means here as well. So fancy cuts are like any kind of style of cut that is different from round brilliant, single cut, double cut, or rose cut. So under brilliant cut we have marquise, pear, oval and heart. All of these are cut in a very similar manner. As you can see, all these four are given here. And then we have the emerald and azure. This is step cut. So this is basically like, step 1, step 2, step 3. As you can see in the side profile, these are cut in a very stepped manner. So the emerald and azure have a step cut diamond shape. And then we have the mixed cut. Mixed cut is a mixture of 2 or 3 different variety of cut. So under mixed cut we have princess, radiant and cushion. So all these 3 categories have a mixture of 2 or 3 different forms of cutting or like methods of cutting. And that is about it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next video shortly. Bye bye.